Hey guys, Angus here, bringing another video in the Airsoft series, Airsoft Quick Tips. I figured since last episode we covered a style of shooting, I'd continue with that and discuss another type of shooting today. That shooting is crack shooting, something that some people will find a very nice tactic and others one of the dirtiest tricks in the book. Now, as the name clearly implies, crack shooting is basically just shooting through the cracks in your cover so you don't have to expose yourself completely to enemy fire and can take out enemies without them really seeing you, and also, again, without them really having a high chance of hitting you. How it's done is very simple. Simply aim out of the crack in your cover at your opponent and fire. There are a couple downsides of this type of shooting. Number one would be that there is a chance for your opponent to sneak a BB through the crack right back at you and get you out. So be wary of that if you're going to attempt this. Your position isn't 100% secure, and there is still a chance you're going to get hit even if you're shooting from behind your cover through a crack. Also, especially with these cracks shown here, you cannot use your optic when you aim through. You have to look down the side of your rifle. So your optic is completely useless when crack shooting. Only have the side of the rifle and the stream of your BBs. That also makes it more likely, if your opponent were to sneak a BB through, that you would get hit in the face. So if you're going to try this, maybe you want to wear some full face protection. Another downside of crack shooting is it does produce tunnel vision. You become so focused on aiming through that crack at that guy in front of you that someone can easily flank around you if you're not paying attention. So if you're going to try this again, guys, please be wary of your surroundings. Don't get too focused on shooting through that crack at that one guy. However, probably the biggest downside of crack shooting, it tends to piss people off. Ah, geez, we got a crack shooter. Will somebody take that jerk out? Crack shooting tends to be viewed as a cheapy and sort of low move by other airsofters. Frankly, because, well, you're not exactly playing fair, being that you're sitting behind cover, shooting out of a small crack, instead of fairly exposing yourself that you can engage in a fair firefight with your opponent. However, it is still legal. It's not blind firing. I can still see my target. I'm not just sticking my gun over the cover, pulling the trigger, and spraying full auto. And also, a number of times I've seen at fields people say, hey, that guy's shooting through a crack. The ref says, cracks are there for people to shoot through. That's perfectly fine. So crack shooting is legal. Like I said, a couple people do view it as a little bit dirty. I myself, on numerous occasions, have called people on it and say, come on man, that's kind of cheapy. Why don't you just play a little bit more fair? But it does work, and it might be a skill you guys want to adopt, being that, hey, keeps you alive and runs a good chance of getting the other guy out. So with that being said, guys, this has just been a quick tips video discussing a little bit about crack shooting. Maybe not the most honorable skill out there, but it certainly does work. Gets that guy out, you're still in the game.